Here are the top 6 tips to becoming a profitable sports bettor. Welcome to Juice Bets. My name is Trevor, and today we're going to be going back to the beginning. Let's talk about what things we need to put in place, what processes, mindsets, strategies we need to become a profitable sports bettor. I myself have started my plus EV sports betting journey about 6 months ago, and I completely transformed my profits while betting on sports, making over $20,000 in 1 month. I never thought would be possible, but with plus EV sports betting, with these 6 tips, it really became a reality, and it allowed me to, build out this YouTube, start making, awesome content for you guys, and building a great community. And so I'm super excited to kind of go back to the beginning, go back to my roots, and really talk about these 6 main tips that anyone who's just starting out, anyone who's betting on sports, even seasoned plus EV sports bettors can definitely learn from this. So we've got 6 great tips. Make sure you stick around to the end because the 6th one is definitely important. And so we want to make sure that you hear all of them here. So before we get into the 6 tips, make sure you guys like and subscribe. It definitely does help the channel grow. And at the end of the day, we're trying to grow this channel to help as many people become better sports bettors. Okay, let's get into tip number 1. Stop betting with your emotions. Now, this is the most important tip when you're first starting out because it's a complete mindset shift, right? So if you've been betting on sports for any period of time, at the end of the day, you're betting, to have fun, to make money, to make watching the game more enjoyable. There's many different reasons why you might be betting on sports, but we are here to bet on sports to be profitable. We're trying to make money while betting on sports. So the first thing you need to do for sure before you look into anything else is completely throw your emotions out the window. You do not need them, right? With plus EV sports betting, we are relying strictly off of math and data, right? We're not saying, oh, I think this player is going to do well because of X, Y, and Z, or this guy's good at home, or this guy's good in the rain, or whatever. We are betting based off of math and data only. No more emotions. Number 2, now that we've removed our emotions, we're going to treat this like a job. I know that's a little bit lame, but if you actually want to be profitable, you need to be consistent. You need to set up a process, right? You need to set up a schedule, understanding when certain bets are coming out, when you need to be placing these bets, organizing, making sure your bankroll is managed effectively, right? All of this stuff, you need to treat it like it's a job, right? So first things first, set a schedule for yourself. Understand that you need to put in at least X amount of time per day to reach your goal. Set goals for yourself, right? So for me, I'll just talk about what I did, right? So I started when NBA, NHL, NFL was all around, the crazy time in February and March. And I noticed that, most bets I can find most profitable plus EV sports bets around, between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., right? And so every day I made sure I was at my computer and I was looking for bets and placing bets between 2 and 4 p.m. because that's when it's the most profitable. I was treating it as if I had a job. So it's super important to do that. Also, setting goals, right? And obviously you can set profitability goals if you want. You can set, whatever you want to do. But what I would definitely do is set how much volume, right? How much money you're getting down every week, every month. Set a goal there, because if you set a goal to have, okay, let's say I want to bet, $100,000 over a month, right? So that means you need to get down to like at least $3,500 a day. Well, that means you need to be placing a lot of bets per day. And so you need to treat it as if it's a job. You need to be in the lab, cooking up slips, finding bets and placing them and getting tons of action in to reach that goal. So tip number 2, at the end of the day, treat this like it's a job. Set some goals, set a schedule, set accountability measures for yourself. You have to be accountable. And again, with plus EV sports betting, it is pretty flexible, right? You don't need to be working, you don't need to be placing bets and working, quote unquote, for 8 hours a day or whatever. It really does work with any schedule, and you can be as dedicated as you want, or not dedicated at all. But what I'm saying is, to increase your profitability, right, to its max, you need to do these things and follow these tips, because this is what has worked for me. This is what has worked for other people. And so if you do follow this, then you will definitely 100% increase your profitability. This is a surefire way to do so. Third tip, deposit on as many platforms as you can. Now, the reason we do this is for many different reasons, and I'll get into them in the next tip. But the first, big thing that you get when you're depositing on many different platforms and you have accounts on PrizePicks, Underdog, DraftKings, FanDuel, MGM, Bodog, Bovada, whatever it may be, the reason why you're setting up accounts on so many different platforms is the bonuses. I mean, you can start building out your bankroll to like if you have a bankroll of, let's say, $2,000 or $1,000 and you're just starting out betting on sports, well, you can easily 5 times that with bonuses alone, no problem, right? And so we have tons of bonus videos that go over how to do this effectively, how to take advantage of these bonuses on these platforms. So definitely check that out on the channel. But in general, the more deposits you make on as many different accounts as you can, the more bonuses you unlock, and you can easily make $3,000 to $5,000 in like 2 or 3 weeks by just unlocking these bonuses. It's the easiest way to start building your bankroll in the beginning. So make sure you deposit on as many platforms as possible. Before we get into tip number 4, I'm going to make a little tip 3B, because this is equally as important. Manage your bankroll effectively. Now, in our VIP Discord server, which is where all of my Plus EV sports bets are sent to our VIPs in there, we have guides over everything, right? DFS, correlation, straight betting, Plus EV betting, all of that stuff. We have tons of guides in there. And one thing that we have a guide for is bankroll management. And this is something that 100% you need to fully understand before you start scaling up your bets and before you start depositing tons of money, because you need to understand how bankroll management works. To keep it simple, what I always recommend is using the Kelly criteria. I would use a 0.25 coefficient, meaning when you're setting your Kelly criteria, we have a great video on the Kelly criteria also on the channel. Make sure you watch that. But when you're setting your Kelly criteria, set it at a low risk amount, so about 0.25. And what you can do is, with that Kelly criteria, it tells you effectively how much you should be betting on a certain bet. Now, that's mainly with straight betting, right? But you can use it with DFS, or with DFS like PrizePicks, Underdog, Parlay Play. I would always recommend to never bet more than 1% of your entire bankroll on a single slip. I would honestly say, when you're starting out, do 0.5% of your bankroll on each slip, on each bet, because you want to make sure that if you have a cold streak for six days in a row or something, which is totally possible, even as somebody who's made $20,000 in a month, you can have cold streaks even in that month, right? Even in a month where you're making tons of money, you can still lose a bunch of days in a row. You don't want to get wiped out, right? Or not even wiped out. You don't want to be losing so much where you give up, okay? So stay conservative in the beginning, right? You're going to get a bunch of money from these bonuses. So stay conservative, go no more than 1% per slip. Okay, now let's get into some specifics. So for tip number 4, to become a profitable Plus EV sports bettor, make sure you are always line shopping with OddsJam. Now let's look at what that is. Now, OddsJam is an incredible platform that will find you profitable bets, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But the first application that you can use for this, and this is if you are betting with emotions, quote unquote. I know I told you not to, right? But if you are, let's say you're going to a football game, or you're watching Sunday Night Football with your friend, or whatever it may be, and you want to place a wager to enjoy the game. Totally understand that. Now, to become a more profitable sports bettor, when you're doing that, when you are betting with emotions, you need to make sure that you are line shopping with OddsJam. Now, OddsJam will find and compile all of the odds from all of the sharpest sports books in the world. So for instance, for this Bears and Commanders Thursday night football game, OddsJam will find you the best platform to place your bet on, right? So let's say you're interested in taking the Bears. Let's say you're interested in taking the Bears money line, right? You think the Bears are going to win and you want to bet them on the money line. Well, let's say that without even looking at OddsJam, right? You have an account on MyBookie, right? It's an offshore book. Anyone can have an account there. You've got an account on MyBookie and you're looking to bet the Bears and you see that it's at plus 197 and you place that bet. Okay, well, so if you bet $100 and if they win, you win 197 in profit. However, if you were to check OddsJam instead and you were to open up a bunch of different accounts on tons of different sports books, you could see that on Circa, you can get it for plus 230. Or on Bookmaker, you can get it at plus 226, right? Or on Pinnacle, plus 224. All of these bets are so much better than plus 197. You're getting an additional 30 cents or so per dollar wagered, right, on your payout. So that means that if you were to line shop and get an additional 30 cents, or let's say this is an additional 5% paid out, well, if you do that every single time you're placing a bet, you're just going to be 5% more profitable, right? So this is one thing immediately you can do if you're just trying to keep it simple and you want to bet on sports for fun and you're betting on it because you're watching the game. Always, always, always line shop with OddsJam. It's not that expensive. There's a link down below to get a free trial and a discount. You can check that out for OddsJam. And with this, you're going to be saving so much money you're going to be making 5 to 10% more per wager. It'll be easy to pay off the subscription. So 100% always recommend using OddsJam for line shopping. That's tip number 4. Tip number 5, join a community and continue to learn. That's the most important thing when you are trying to become a more profitable sports bettor. You always want to make sure that you're continuing to learn. You're finding new edges. You're understanding what's profitable, what's not, how to find these profitable bets, what has been changed, right? Where the new edge is. This industry moves pretty fast and you want to make sure that you're up to date with these things. So joining a community where you can chat with sharp sports bettors who've been making tons of money over the last year, over the last month, whatever it may be, you need to take advantage of that opportunity. And so, shameless plug, our VIP Discord server, JuiceBet's VIP Discord server, is by far the best place to do so. So, first of all, if you want to learn, well, this is a great resource. Obviously, my YouTube is completely free, public. You can check out all the videos there. We have a playlist, New to Sports Betting Start Here. That's what it's called. You can watch all of those videos. Highly recommend it. It will get you on the right track. But also, join the Discord. It's completely free for your first week. And you can come down here and check out the guide section, right? And so these guides will allow you to understand, it'll show the resources that you should start with, right? So check out all of these videos. It will give you a rundown on what plus EV sports betting is, on what no vig odds are, right? On DFS slips, how to build them profitably, what the best way to build these slips are to increase your profitability. Again, more videos that go over this as well. And so you can check out all of these guides in here, bankroll management, how to take advantage of bonuses properly. Again, a video on that too. So joining a community and watching videos and learning is super important. And also you can come in here and you can chat with the community, right? You can chat with our sharps, with our profitable sports bettors who are in the community. And it's just such a great resource to start out with as a new sports bettor. And finally, if you don't want to do any of the work yourself, well, we send you our slips. We send you all of our plays. Prize Picks, Underdog, Parlay Play. Then we got FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, Fliff. We have everything in here, and we send you the bets straight to your phone. You get notified by selecting your roles, whatever sports books you have. Ideally, you've opened up a bunch of different accounts, and you can get these bets sent straight to your phone with a link. You just click this link, it pulls it up on your phone or your computer, you enter how much you want to bet, and you're done. It's the easiest way by far the easiest way to become a plus EV sharp sports bettor, because you don't need to do anything. You just follow our picks. You just tail the plays. And I mean, let's look at our recap really quickly here for September. Definitely speaks for itself, right? So a very, very profitable place to be is the VIP Discord. Link down below, free trial for your first week. Come in, check it out. After that, it's just $1 a day. $1 a day. So yeah, make sure you do that. That's tip number 5. Keep learning and join a community. So you've joined a community, you're continuing to learn, you've set up accounts on many different sports books, you're sticking to a schedule, you're not betting with emotions, you're managing your bankroll effectively. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. Now, the 6th and final step, and this is if you want to take this seriously and you want to become an autonomous plus EV sports bettor. You don't need to rely on anyone else. You want to do it yourself. You need to sign up for a software that makes things so much more easier, right? And the reason why we want to do that is because when you're a sharp plus EV sports bettor, time is of the essence, right? Time is money. And so when a bunch of different bets are popping up and opportunities are there, you want to make sure that you're jumping on these opportunities, right? And so if you're just tailing someone else's plays, like in the VIP Discord, you can probably get 80%, 90% of the plays in. But sometimes they bump too quickly. The odds change and there's no longer value. So the best way to do it yourself, and what I use for my straight betting, right, is OddsJam. Right? I use the OddsJam tools. And so I use their plus EV, positive EV, positive expected value tool here, where it identifies where a plus EV bet is, right? What sportsbook it's on, how much you should bet on it based on the Kelly criteria. And you can easily go in here. It identifies it. You can get the notification sent straight to your phone, to your email when these pop up. So you can do it on the go. And they have a great bet tracker as well, where you just come in here, you see the bet, you place it, you come in here, you save it based on how much you bet, the odds, the specific bet, and then you can come to your bet tracker and you can look at October is not being great for me. You can look at September, right? Over $5,000 in September, and you can see, how you did, right? And it will track all of your bets. So you want to make sure that you are using OddsJam and tracking your bets there. But main thing, using the OddsJam tools, the positive EV tool, it'll find you all these things, and also arbitrage tool, right? Where you can risk. It's basically risk-free way to make $30, $40, $50, $100 every single day by taking two sides of a bet, and you're taking one side on one book, one side on another book, and the odds will give you a profit in between, guaranteed. So anyways, OddsJam's tools for sure, the best software you can get as a plus EV sports bettor. Link down below, free trial, discount, all that kind of stuff. Check it out. But yeah, that's the 6th and final tip. So there you go. Remove your emotions, treat it like a job, deposit on as many sports books as you can, line shop using OddsJam, join a community, continue to learn, and make sure you use a software like OddsJam. I mean, you can find other ones if you want, but use a software that makes things easier for you, that saves you time, that allows you to jump on these betting opportunities. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Put a lot of effort in this one, so let me know if you liked it. Make sure you do like it and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.